Hi, I'm Paul from the Minneapolis chapter. I have to tell you, it's been a great experience this weekend and early this week, getting to know all of you. Having a chance to talk with other construction financial professionals, and not just in our chapter, made me realize actually how lucky we are in our chapter that we do have a lot of involved people. However, the challenges still are the same. You still get the same, kind of the same people over and over again, and need to recycle new blood into that. I have to admit, coming here, Spring Creek, leadership training, touchy-feely, hi, I'm Paul, I'm an accountant, okay? Wasn't overly excited about that aspect of it. I have to really say Todd and Marcia did a phenomenal job, putting together exercises that really, reinforced ideas that, for the most part, I think all of us already knew. At the same time, you kind of went through the exercises and said, yeah, we haven't really been doing that, and we should be. So really appreciate that. In terms of realizations, a really strong realization that sometimes you can't do this because things happen on the fly, but it's really important for everyone on a team to understand what the goals are first of the team, and then what their role is in that team and how they can help fulfill it. That everyone comes to that team or that organization with different perspectives. You've got the blues, the reds, the greens, the hubs. And it's important as a leader to understand that and to be able to assimilate and help make things happen with what really can be conflict. But I think the other thing we learned is conflict is good, and as long as it's part of open and honest communication. There's certainly different ways to address a team. We learned about the popcorn method, about going around the table. One thing it certainly reinforced for me is I know that at our kitchen table, it's always the popcorn method. And I can't imagine being able to change that, so that's an issue. I learned that all cowboys are smartasses. And also that it's important to bring fun into every activity. At least have some kind of transition where you talk about what's going on to kind of get that out of the way, and then get refocused on the task at hand and what you're trying to do. And we did have a lot of fun this week. I learned that Steve is a really good cook. Bato. What I'd like to take back to my chapter is to be able to use all the reminders and the things that we've talked about this week, to help me be a better leader. We have gone through a strategic planning process. We did it 2 years ago. We did I think a reasonably good job this year of revisiting that. Had Mike out. Thank you, Mike, for coming. And I think it's going to be important for us each year to revisit that, reassess, because I truly believe that every chapter here may have slightly different goals for their chapter depending on where they're at in their life cycle, who their membership is. And so we need to refresh that. And also, I remember the first time we did that strategic planning process and how much everybody dreaded that half day to go into that. So again, the reminder that associated with some kind of fun activity. I think we need to get a big boat, is my thought. And an island. I don't know. As long as the boat's big enough, I think it's okay. I want to make sure our committee chairs understand what their roles are, and what the goal of their committee is. I think that's important. I think most cases, you kind of reel them in and go, all right, you know, you're the new membership chair, and they don't really know, you know, what their responsibilities are. You know, make sure that we're able to you know, help them achieve their goals. You know, as a leader, you know, make sure that, you know, I don't oversteer the ship, right? And that, you know, you let people, you know, do what they're supposed to do. If they get a little off course, you know, they usually don't need a big push, but just kind of a little, you know, a little nudge to get back going in the right direction. And I want to make sure that I stay connected to all of you here. It's been just a pleasure getting to know all of you, and hopefully this is just the beginning of our relationships. Thank you.
I think of a couple thoughts when I think of Paul. First, you know, Tinker Toys, roles and goals. We can be building those towers, but if we don't have roles and goals, it's not as clear as it should be. The other thing, I think he's my superhero, super dad. I want us, next year when you take the little one skiing, would you please get a picture of everybody and post it so we can all see it? Would you all agree? Yeah. I mean, unbelievable super dad. You do great things and you're a great man. And 1, 2, 3. Thank you.